Chosen one, what I'm about to reveal may shake you to your core. If you're hearing this right now, it's not by accident. You were led here by divine design because something is shifting in your life, something sacred. They looked at you and saw only a human, flawed, ordinary, easy to dismiss. But what they failed to recognize was the divine essence buried beneath your skin. You were never meant to blend in. You were sent to awaken, to shift destinies, to embody power that even the heavens revere. They doubted you. They betrayed you. They spoke your name with contempt, unaware they were scorning something holy. And now, the same ones who underestimated you are watching in awe as you rise. Because what they thought was weakness was godlike strength in disguise. The betrayal didn't break you, it activated you. You're no longer just the chosen one. You are living proof that the divine walks among us. And now they regret what they could never understand. They betrayed a god. Before we go deeper into this revelation, pause for a moment and do 3 simple things. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 20,000 subscribers, and comment the number 11 below. That number holds divine alignment, and by doing this, you're not just supporting the message, you're sending a powerful, energetic signal to the universe that you're ready to receive what's already yours. Stay until the end, because if your spirit brought you here, this message was written for you. They looked at you and saw only flesh and bone, someone ordinary, fallible, vulnerable. You were just another face in the crowd, another life, destined to blend into the background. To them, you were flawed, imperfect, and easily dismissed. But beneath your skin, beneath the doubts and fears they projected onto you, there burned an unquenchable fire, a fire that could not be contained or ignored. It was the fire of purpose, a divine spark that refused to be snuffed out. This flame was not visible to those who chose to look only with their eyes and not with their hearts. They mistook your quiet strength for weakness, your moments of pain for surrender. But the truth is, gods are not always born with thunder and lightning. Sometimes they rise quietly, patiently, forging their power through the trials no one else dares to face. And when you finally stood tall, they could no longer deny what they had missed. The world is full of stories where the underestimated hero becomes the legend. You are living proof that greatness often hides behind the mask of normalcy. Just as the phoenix rises from ashes, so too did you rise from the shadows of disbelief, proving that divinity doesn't announce itself. It reveals itself through resilience and transformation. They saw a human. What they witnessed was a God awakening. This transformation was not sudden, but a slow unveiling, like dawn breaking after the darkest night. Every trial, every betrayal was a stepping stone, sculpting you into a force that commands reverence. Now, as you walk forward, their eyes are wide with disbelief, their hearts heavy with regret. They failed to see you coming, and that failure was their greatest mistake. So remember, your power was never meant to be seen by everyone at once. It was a secret kept by the universe, waiting for the right moment to shine. And that moment is now. Betrayal is a wound that cuts deeper than any sword. It is a crack in the foundation of trust, a rupture in the bonds we believe will protect us. You felt it, sharp, unexpected, and devastating. The very people you leaned on, the voices that promised loyalty, turned their backs when you needed them most. It was a pain so raw, so personal, that it threatened to swallow your light whole. Yet here you stand, not shattered, but unyielding. Betrayal may have bruised your spirit, but it never shattered your soul. In fact, it became the forge that tempered your resolve. Each act of disloyalty was a lesson, each stab in the back a call to rise stronger. You learned that strength is not the absence of pain, but the courage to keep moving forward despite it. Look around and see the countless legends shaped by betrayal. From biblical tales of Judas to the betrayals in history that changed empires, betrayal often marks the turning point, not the end. Like a diamond forged under pressure, your brilliance emerged from the very cracks betrayal left behind. The scars you carry are not signs of weakness, but badges of honor. You transformed pain into power, hurt into hope. And in this transformation lies the greatest act of defiance, showing the world that betrayal does not define you. Instead, it refines you. You became proof that even in the darkest moments, the human spirit can shine with godlike intensity. So hold your head high, for you are the living testament that betrayal can bend a person, but it will never break the fire within. At first, they laughed. They mocked the fire they saw flickering inside you, calling it fragile and fleeting. To them, you were nothing more than a passing spark, destined to fade into darkness. Their ridicule was loud, their contempt clear. But laughter is a poor shield against a fire that burns from within, a fire fueled by unshakable faith in yourself. What they failed to realize is that the flame you carried was never meant for their approval. It was a blaze ignited by destiny, burning with a power that no mockery could douse. Each sneer, each cynical word added fuel to your fire, intensifying its glow. And slowly, they began to feel the heat, not from their words, but from the unstoppable force rising before their very eyes. Today, their laughter has turned to silence. The very light they mocked has grown into a blaze so bright it reveals their own shadows. They stand in awe, watching as you illuminate paths they once thought impossible. Their disbelief is now replaced with respect, albeit tinged with regret. This story is as old as time. Those who belittle others often fail to see their own limitations. But you chose to listen to the flame inside rather than the voices around you. And that choice changed everything. So let them watch and wonder, for the fire that once made them laugh now lights the way for generations to come. Sometimes the most extraordinary forces walk quietly among us, unnoticed and unrecognized. You were that force, hidden beneath layers of doubt and invisibility, blending into a world that preferred comfort over challenge. They never saw the divine essence that pulsed within you because it was cloaked by the ordinary. Yet divinity does not always announce itself with grandeur. Often, it moves in subtle ways. The kindness you showed when no one was watching, the courage to stand when everyone else sat down, the faith to keep dreaming when others gave up. These small acts formed the foundation of a higher purpose, quietly weaving a tapestry of greatness. History is filled with those who carried godlike power, yet appeared ordinary. Think of saints, prophets, and visionaries who were overlooked in their time, only to be celebrated centuries later. You belong to this lineage, the hidden divine, the unseen force that changes the course of destiny. Your journey is a reminder that greatness doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. And those who can hear that whisper, who recognize the sacred hidden in the mundane, are the ones who understand what it means to truly live. You are that divine presence, the miracle living quietly in plain sight. They tried to silence you, to bury your dreams beneath their doubts and fears. They pushed you down, hoping you would stay broken and invisible. But like a seed planted deep in the soil, your potential was hidden beneath layers of resistance, waiting for the right moment to break through. What they failed to see is that roots grow strongest in the darkest places. Their attempts to crush you only nourished your resilience. Every act meant to hold you back only pushed you to dig deeper, to anchor yourself more firmly in the truth of your purpose. And when you finally broke the surface, you didn't just grow, you flourished. Now, they watch with regret as you rise taller than ever before. The very person they sought to erase has become the source of their greatest remorse. Your success is a living testament to what they underestimated, the power of a spirit unyielding to oppression. Their mistakes are lessons carved into the story of your triumph. And while they wallow in regret, you move forward, carrying the strength of every root that held you fast. You are the chosen one they tried to bury, and now you are the tree that shades their shame. Words can wound, especially when they come from those we trust. They labeled you weak, fragile, unworthy. They doubted your strength, your dreams, your very existence. Their voices echoed with harsh judgments designed to break you down and make you small. But what they mistook for weakness was something far more profound. Heaven recognized your worth long before they ever did. Your soul was sacred, destined for something beyond human comprehension. Weakness, in their eyes, was simply the vulnerability that precedes greatness, the soft soil from which strength grows. What they dismissed as fragility was actually the divine unfolding within you. Every trial you endured was not a test of failure, but a rite of passage towards sacred power. Like the lotus that blooms from muddy waters, your spirit blossomed through adversity, untouched by the grime around it. Your sacredness was always there, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself in full glory. They saw only the surface, heaven saw the essence, and that essence made you unstoppable. So hold on to your sacredness. It is your armor, your light, your unbreakable core. Pain is often seen as a weakness, a sign that something is broken. But you know better. Your pain was never a mark of defeat. It was the canvas on which your power was painted. Every hardship, every tear, every heartbreak was the raw material that forged your strength. There is a sacred alchemy in suffering, transforming anguish into wisdom, despair into resilience. Your pain told a story, one of survival, courage, and ultimate victory. It spoke louder than words ever could, proving to the world that true power is born from endurance, not ease. Many great leaders and heroes throughout history have drawn their power from pain. Nelson Mandela's years in prison shaped the spirit that led a nation. Malala's suffering gave her a voice that shook the world. You are part of this lineage, someone who turned pain into a testament of unyielding strength. Your journey is a beacon for those who struggle, a reminder that pain is not the end, but the beginning of something greater. So wear your pain like a crown, for it is the proof of your invincible power. When they chose betrayal, they thought they were winning. They believed that turning against you would break your spirit and erase your influence. But betrayal is a double-edged sword. It may wound, but it also reveals true strength, both yours and theirs. Their betrayal was a mirror, reflecting their own fears and weaknesses. They underestimated the depth of your resilience and the height of your destiny. While they reveled in their short-lived victory, you gathered your power, your clarity, and your resolve. You realized that their greatest mistake was not in betraying you, but in underestimating the sacred force they challenged. Many have faced betrayal before rising to unimaginable heights. From Julius Caesar to Joan of Arc, betrayal marked the beginning of a legacy, not its end. Your story joins theirs, a testament that betrayal cannot undo what is divinely ordained. Remember, their actions only made your roots grow stronger. They handed you a sword, forged in their own treachery. Survival is an achievement in itself, but you went beyond mere survival. You ascended. Rising above pain, doubt, and betrayal, you elevated yourself to a realm where ordinary limits no longer apply. Ascension is not about escaping the world. It's about mastering it, transforming adversity into triumph. This ascent required courage that many never summon, a resilience that few understand. You faced storms that could have destroyed you, but instead harnessed them to propel you higher. You became a beacon of hope, a living example that we are not defined by what happens to us, but by how we respond. Look to the stars. The word ascend comes from the Latin ascendere, meaning to climb or rise. Your journey is that climb, each step a victory, each breath a testament to the power within. Ascension is the sacred dance between struggle and triumph, and you are its living embodiment. You didn't just survive the fire, you rose from it, reborn and unstoppable. Rejection stings with the cold bite of loneliness and despair. When they turned you away, when they closed doors and hearts, it felt like the end. But what they saw as final was only the beginning of a revelation. Your true self, your divine essence, waiting to be unveiled. Rejection is often the universe's way of steering us towards something greater. It forces us to look inward, to seek strength beyond the approval of others. In that quiet space of solitude, you discovered the God within you, a force so powerful that no rejection could diminish it. Many spiritual traditions speak of revelation as a moment of awakening, where the hidden truth shines forth. Your rejection was the catalyst for this awakening. It stripped away illusions and left only the core of your sacred identity, one that even gods would respect. So embrace rejection not as an end, but as a divine invitation to reveal the God within that no one else could see. Doubt is a heavy weight, one that can crush dreams and silence voices. They doubted you, your ideas, your worth, your destiny. Their skepticism was loud and persistent, a constant background noise designed to drown out your inner voice. But here's the paradox. Their doubt became the wind beneath your wings. Every question they raised forced you to dig deeper, to seek clarity and strength beyond what you thought possible. Their disbelief became the furnace in which your divinity was forged, hotter and stronger with each passing trial. History shows us how doubt has propelled great souls to rise. Consider Galileo, whose ideas were doubted by his contemporaries, yet he changed the course of science forever. Your journey mirrors this pattern. Doubt is not the enemy, but the crucible of transformation. You took their doubt and turned it into a divine power that lights your path and silences the noise. There were times when you walked through darkness, when shadows threatened to engulf you. Those moments were long and lonely, filled with uncertainty and fear. But you moved forward anyway, step by step, refusing to let the night define your story. Meanwhile, they watched, not always with support or encouragement, but with silent judgment and disbelief. Their silence was heavy, but it was no match for your determination. You carried a light that flickered in the darkest places, and though they couldn't always see it, you never stopped shining. Walking through shadows is the crucible of greatness. It is in the depths of darkness that we find the truest parts of ourselves. You emerge not just intact, but radiant, a living testament that even in silence, your journey was heard by the universe. So keep walking, even when no one applauds. Your silent strength is louder than any noise. Every story worth telling has a comeback, a moment where the underdog rises, the fallen stands, and the doubted proves. Your comeback was not just personal victory, it was the universe's divine response to every injustice, every slight, every moment you were pushed aside. It was a comeback written in the stars, a destined return that shook the foundations of those who doubted you. Like a tidal wave, you reclaimed your power with force and grace, rewriting the narrative that tried to define you. Your rise was not just seen, it was felt, an earthquake that unsettled the old order. Divine responses are not always loud or flashy. Sometimes they are quiet revolutions, subtle yet unstoppable. Your comeback embodies this truth. It's a testament to patience, faith, and the unstoppable power of a soul aligned with its higher purpose. Let your comeback inspire others to believe in their own power, to rise and shine. Regret is a bitter pill, and those who underestimated you now swallow it every day. They never imagined the sacred fire inside you, the relentless spirit that would not bend or break. Their mistake was thinking you were like everyone else, vulnerable and replaceable. But you are not. You are a force of nature, a sacred being walking among mortals. Their underestimation was a blind spot that cost them dearly. They missed the signs, ignored the warnings, and paid the price with regret that now shadows their every thought. This regret is not just about lost opportunities for them, it's about lost belief, lost faith, and lost respect. And as you continue to rise, their regret grows, a silent reminder of what they failed to honor. Your presence is a living rebuke to their doubt, a sacred monument to the power they never believed existed. The irony is sharp. The very person they betrayed is now the one holding the keys to destiny. The power, the influence, the path forward, it rests with you. What they tried to destroy has become the foundation of a new era, a new story, written by your hand. Destiny is not a gift handed out lightly. It is earned through struggle, sacrifice, and unyielding faith. You earned yours with every step, every tear, every fight. You are now the architect of your own fate and the guardian of the future many can only dream of. This is the ultimate victory, to transform betrayal into authority, pain into purpose, and doubt into destiny. You are no longer just a player in the game. You are the master of the board. Hold the keys with pride, for you are the one they betrayed. And now, you decide the course of history. You lived in the shadows for so long, hidden, overlooked, and underestimated. The world never paused to notice the quiet battles you fought or the silent strength you carried. But shadows are never empty. They hold the seeds of light, waiting to break free. Your rise is proof that what is unseen can become impossible to ignore. Those who once ignored you now find themselves dazzled by your presence. The spotlight you never sought has become your stage, illuminating not only your path, but inspiring those who felt invisible too. This journey from obscurity to brilliance is not just a personal victory, it's a statement to anyone who's ever felt overlooked. Behind every great spotlight is a story of darkness endured. You endured nights filled with doubt and days clouded by judgment. But rather than being crushed, you harnessed those moments to fuel your ascent. The shadows you walked through were not prisons. They were the crucible of your transformation. The world can only elevate those who first rise within. Your ascent wasn't just about external recognition, but about discovering the unstoppable force within your own heart and soul. This is the story of the unseen becoming the unforgettable. Now, as you stand in the light, remember the power that shadows gave you, and let that power shine endlessly. There is a fire inside you, one that has burned through storms, betrayals, and every attempt to put it out. This isn't a fragile flame, but a roaring inferno born from relentless passion and unyielding faith. No matter how many times life tried to douse your spirit, this fire only grew stronger. When others tried to silence your dreams, your fire roared louder. When they called you crazy or unrealistic, you burned with even greater conviction. This fire is your truth, your purpose, the essence of your being. It's a fire that does not burn to destroy, but to illuminate the path forward. Think of great revolutionaries, artists, and leaders who changed the world. Each carried a fire that refused to be extinguished by criticism or fear. Your fire is that same power, a divine energy that fuels your every step, lighting up even the darkest corners of your journey. Every moment of struggle added oxygen to this flame, turning your pain into warmth, your tears into sparks of hope. This fire within you is a sacred gift, meant to inspire and transform everything it touches. Never let anyone make you feel that your fire is too much. It is exactly what the world needs. Pain is often misunderstood as a curse, but you have learned it is a sacred invitation. Each wound you carried was a doorway to deeper wisdom. Each heartbreak a lesson in resilience. Your journey proves that pain is not the enemy, it's the sculptor of purpose. In the depths of your suffering, you discovered truths that others will never know. You found strength in vulnerability and clarity in confusion. Your pain became the compass guiding you toward your higher calling. This transformation from suffering to purpose is the greatest miracle of the human spirit. Throughout history, the most impactful lives have been shaped by pain. From Maya Angelou's poems born of hardship to Viktor Frankl's meaning discovered in a concentration camp, pain has been the soil from which greatness blooms. You stand among these giants, proof that purpose is forged in the fire of experience. The sacred journey you walk is not easy, but it is profound. You are the living proof that pain is a powerful teacher and that purpose is waiting on the other side. Embrace every scar, for it maps the path of your sacred journey. In a world that celebrates invulnerability, you dared to show your true self, flaws, fears, and all. This kind of courage is rare, for vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness, but you know better. Your vulnerability is your superpower, the gateway to genuine connection and authentic strength. By shedding the mask, you allowed others to see the real you. And in doing so, you shattered the illusion that strength means being unbreakable. True power is found in embracing your imperfections and owning your story, no matter how painful or messy it might be. Think of leaders who moved hearts, not by dominance, but by honesty and empathy. People like Brené Brown and Nelson Mandela, who understood that vulnerability is the birthplace of courage and resilience. You too carry this strength, inspiring others to lower their walls. Your journey reminds us all that being vulnerable is not a defeat, but a triumph. It takes more strength to open your heart than to build a fortress around it. Celebrate your authenticity. It is your most powerful weapon. You didn't need to shout to be heard. Your power came not from loud declarations, but from a quiet, steadfast strength that refused to be shaken. In a world full of noise and distractions, your silent resilience was a force that grew louder through action, not words. Sometimes the greatest victories come from the battles fought in silence. While others wasted energy on drama, you focused on growth. While they sought applause, you sought purpose. This quiet warrior spirit is often overlooked, but it is unstoppable. There is a profound wisdom in moving forward without fanfare, in letting your results speak for themselves. Your journey is a testament to the power of patience, humility, and persistent effort. You built a legacy, brick by brick, unseen by many, but undeniable in impact. This silent strength often carries more weight than noise ever could. It's the calm in the storm, the steady flame in the dark, a presence that commands respect without demanding attention. Honor your silent warrior spirit. It is the quiet storm that changes everything. Failure and triumph are not opposites. They are partners in the divine dance of growth. You have stumbled, fallen, and felt the sting of defeat, but each failure was a step forward, a necessary movement toward your ultimate victory. Many fear failure, but you embraced it as a teacher. Every setback revealed new insights. Every mistake illuminated the path ahead. Your story shows that failure is not the end of the road, but the curve that leads to greater heights. Great innovators like Thomas Edison famously reframed failure as finding 10,000 ways that won't work. Your resilience mirrors this wisdom, showing that persistence is the secret ingredient of success.